Are you ready?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rock and Road Show. It's Alvie.
1-3, baby.
We're here with some special guests. Fucking Stonegrey.
What's going on, everybody?
Fresh off the stage here at the Expo.
Oh, yeah.
How'd the show go?
Oh, it was a blast, man.
I had a great time. We a lot of people out here actually. 11 o'clock's a pretty early show for us.
It's a bit of an early
so,
show, right?
it's very unusual.
You know, what'd you say earlier? You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning, something like that?
Yeah,
keep it
exactly. You know, you gotta wake up from the night before and like have the hair of the dog kind of thing. You know,
Yeah, just get it going.
wake up and do a breakfast shot. And, you know,
We had breakfast shots, and they brought pieces of bacon out with them. That's
And then do a
really
shower
surprised.
beer and you're good to go, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So real quick, because we didn't go to this, introduce yourself.
Yes, let's do that.
I'm Eric. I'm lead singer, rhythm guitarist.
I'm Tristan. I'm the lead guitar player, backup vocals.
I'm Dalton. I play bass.
I'm Tyler, and I'm the drummer, and that's why I'm in the back.
That's why he's in the back.
Oh
Bring
yeah,
them up a little bit.
He's in the back.
No, I
all
love
the time.
it. It's
No,
like my own.
I'm
It's
just-
like my own spot back
It's
here.
like it's just kind of natural, right?
Got a breeze back here. It is like I see these guys' asses from the stage all the time, so it's kind of nothing different.
I love it. And he's
so-
loving life. Tristan's like, what
Dalton,
did
you got a
say?
pretty nice ass, buddy.
So, for everybody who doesn't know Stonegrey, where are you guys from? How'd you guys get started into music? That kind, the boring shit. Then we'll get into the fun shit.
We've all been playing since we were probably 5 or 6 years old. Just our instruments. Obviously, me and Tyler back here are brothers. So we've been playing together for since we were 5 and 6 again. And then we met Eric, and probably I was like 13. He was probably 14 years old. So we've been together for over 10 years now. Yeah, 2008, I think we met. 2010 or 9 was our first show, something like that. But we all love the same music. We all love a lot of different music too.
Right.
It's just rock and roll though. It's kind of what makes us all move, I guess.
Sure.
I like that. Makes us all move.
Yeah. I kind of like that too. Actually, I've never said that ever before.
Yeah, you never said that ever.
I was gonna say that's new.
So rock and roll, obviously. So, would that be how you guys would describe yourselves to like the passerby who's never heard you guys play?
I mean, I'd say we're probably like a rock revival, you know? I mean, like, just 80s, early 90s, all that good stuff.
It's funny. It's
All the
funny
rock and
that you
roll.
put it that way because the first time I saw you guys, it was probably 3 or 4 years ago at Bike Week, and we were at Boot Hill, and you guys came on the stage, and we were just like, that's gonna be interesting because you look at you guys, you're just kind of like, what's gonna come out?
Bunch of
You know?
kids.
3 years
You
ago.
never know.
And, well, even still, I mean, and then you guys come out, and I think you opened with Alice in Chains or something crazy, and I was just
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then we didn't leave. And it was
That's-
just a killer time, man.
That's honestly the biggest thing with the biker crowds is like, we love the biker crowds. Don't get me wrong. Like, we love being in front of bikers because that's the music that we play, you know? But, like, that's the biggest thing is, like, trying to convince them all
Yeah.
that, like, we're not a bunch of kids up there. Like, we look like it, you know?
Right.
Hence the fucking beard. I'm trying to look older than I really am, you know?
I love it, though, man.
Look, it's like this. I can't grow it like that. Let's stop
No, it's
right here.
epic. It's epic. No, so you bring up, you guys love playing in front of the biker community. What kind of keyed you guys in to the biker community? What did it just kind of naturally happen? Did you guys seek it out? How'd that come about?
It's just the music we chose. I think. I mean, we play one song, and then we're like, all right, that's a biker song. We play the next one, we're like, all right, this is like a ballad maybe, and we get done with it, we're like, well, that was a biker song too. Okay. They just, they're good songs. They're easy to play. Like, they're party songs, and that's kind of like what the biker crowd likes to do is just party.
For sure.
No, we hate partying.
Obviously, right?
Like we said earlier, we wake up in the morning and we take breakfast shots, right?
There you go.
If you don't stop drinking, you don't get drunk.
That's right.
Exactly.
Good point. That's a good point. Dude, look at this. Look at this, guys. Look
Look at the horns.
I
man.
know that's metal.
Rock on, brother.
Metal AF.
that's metal as fuck
Rock
right
on,
there.
Right there, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Just taking a
I
shot
would
of
bring their
here.
gain up a little bit so they're not having to scream it at
Oh
everybody.
man, it's crazy.
trying
He's
to
just
help
gonna
you
get
guys
in
out a
front of
little.
everything. Don't you know
Oh,
what
the
to
shirt's
say
even
here.
better. Dude, the shirt's even better.
Oh!
Is that real?
He's got a nipple ring.
Holy shit. Dude, that looks so real.
That looks
I can't
really
even tell
real.
you how real that looks.
Bring him around. Bring him around.
Yeah, exactly.
Come over here real quick.
Hey,
we gotta
Come over
get
here,
in
I gotta
this
see you.
camera real quick.
Watch your
Holy
hand.
shit.
Watch your horns.
Yeah,
Oh, you're gonna sit him
watch
down.
your horns. We got Lucifer himself. Come on, right here, right in the middle.
This is great. The interview just went sideways.
Oh yeah.
Look at
All right, so we
that.
gotta show him. We gotta
So-
show him.
This
Gotta show
interview just turned into Stonegrey to you. Oh, it's real. It's totally real. Yeah, you can definitely touch it. Wow.
This is badass. Oh, this is cool, man. So in case you don't know, this is the band Stonegrey.
Stonegrey.
Yeah, with a E, not an A.
Yeah, E.
Yeah, I heard that earlier. What's
All one word.
how does
E,
that-
no A.
What
Yeah.
is that all
How
about?
does that happen?
If you spell it wrong online, you cannot.
Yeah, talking.
If you spell it wrong online, it's harder to find. Like it just won't pop up. Under our band name or whatever.
Right.
So it's Stonegrey, one word with an E, no A.
Yeah,
That's kind of our slogan.
That's like the original English
Stonegrey.
way. The original English way is like gray with an E.
Right.
And Americans just thought gray just happened to be gray with an A.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean? And it's like,
We really
like-
screwed up the English language.
more power to them. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, screw up the English language for us. Why don't you?
So before this keeps going crazy and sideways, who are you and what's your name, just so that we have something? Because we just got you here because
He's the newest
because
member of
awesome
our
looks
band,
cool.
We
dude.
don't know who you are.
He plays the mandolin.
He plays everything. No, he plays everything.
I feel like I'm in
right?
a box with Satan.
Plays with his nipple.
David Hoover. I'm a local here, and great bands matter.
Fuck yeah.
Great beer.
Hey, you know what? That's all Satan had to say to me.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you coming
Love
hanging
you,
out
bro.
with us, man.
Thank you so much.
Check it
Yeah,
out.
we really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I need those horns.
Watch your horns. There you go.
Hey, can I borrow those horns?
That's so good.
You need it for your next show.
Literally, yeah, for real.
Is the hair?
She's
I
got
think
some
the hair's
too.
good, yeah.
Shit.
Oh, I like hers. Hers is cool.
There you go.
She's got the rhinestones around the horn.
You know, I'm still sitting here and he's not said a damn thing.
Dalton, here you go.
Give Dalton one.
Ask me a question.
Spit Furious Fire, Dalton.
What the hell do you think about all this?
Dude, I just play bass.
Hey, we hired him to say that.
All right, I'll give you a basis question because like we said, we just interviewed Jasmine Kane a few nights ago, and she kind of fell into bass. She didn't play bass originally, right? She fell into bass, and it was kind of like, hey, we need a bass player. You got to learn how to fucking play this 80 songs. Do you have a similar story how you ended up playing bass or what?
Pretty much.
Usually how bass players
I have
end
an
up.
older brother
Okay.
who's been playing music since he was about 10. He's really good.
Doug
Doug South band, check him
Doug
out.
South.
Anyway,
You can plug them. It's all good.
he
Never head ignored. Never going.
never go north.
East, west, that's good. Not north.
Love it.
Anyway, he started doing gigs when he was about 18 and I was about 15, and I started playing on guitar, but I was like, man, I'm trying to make money playing music, and you can throw a rock in a crowd and find a guitar player. So I was like, I'm gonna fucking play bass, and the longer I played it, the more I just fucking love doing it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's so
Yeah.
easy.
Kills
There's no spotlight. I don't like being in the spotlight. I just want to be left the fuck alone. So I'm happy playing bass. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
So this is your
that is
5 minutes of fame.
That
This is my 5 minutes of fame, and I'll take it. Yeah.
That is the perfect answer.
No,
I love it. Great
seriously,
job.
shout out to this guy Dalton. He has literally saved the band. Like I'm telling you, I don't
He's
ask
the
for
man.
bass guitar in my monitors, but now I do because he's in my band. So I want to hear him play. You know what I mean? Like
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
he kills it. He enjoys what he's doing, and that means a lot to us.
Awesome.
Well, we were up there when you all started this morning. We left this and went up there to watch y'all play. and I was watching him. I was watching him on bass because I was trying to learn the bass many, many years ago because I like that the bass is the one that keeps the band with the drummer. That's what keeps the rhythm. That's what keeps everything going. And I was trying to learn it. I can't fucking do it. I got Stand By Me down. That's it. 10 years. Done. That's it. No, so I don't play the bass. But that was awesome watching you with that 5-string bass just going to town, man. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
And I'll add to it, you know, like me being a singer, the main thing that I have in my monitors is my voice,
right,
my rhythm guitar, a little bit of the lead, but the bass is fucking blown through the speakers. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that I have like blaring in my monitors to keep me on track, and I want to feel it before I fucking sing it. You know what I mean?
That's cool, man.
And that's what he provides to the band, and it's like a lot of people think that like that maybe they don't think this, but a lot of people assume that the bassist is the guy that's in the background, you know, but the bassist is really the guy that fucking holds it all together. You know what I mean? He's the guy that makes bass and drums.
It's like it's like a sandwich. I'm the bread. These guys are the meat in the middle.
You know?
And he's the glue. He's the mayonnaise that kind of pulls it all together. You know, like
me and him are like the little side sauces that you get that are a privilege.
I'm that jalapeno pepper on the
We're
side.
the meat and potatoes.
It like falls out of the bottom. Oops.
Oh shit!
Eric's the random curly fry in a batch of regular
fries. Yeah, the onion ring Sonic gives you in your French fries.
This is fucking great.
That's brilliant.
The barbecue sauce on your pizza that you never wanted, you know?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, shit. Well, now we got that and that and that. And
Oh, shit.
Me.
You, what the hell, man? How'd you get in?
So, yeah,
Well-
how did you start in on drums?
Well, when Tristan was about 5, I'm about a year and a half older than him. When he was about 5, he started playing guitar. My mom would take him all the way out to Zephyr Hills for his guitar lessons, and I didn't play anything at the time. I was in baseball, and I would go out with him to the lessons and, you know, spend 30 minutes, an hour out there doing nothing. And so she was like, well, I'm going to put you in an instrument too. It'd be pretty cool if you played drums because he plays guitar. And I just never stopped. I was a big marching band guy for a long time, so I was a band geek. So I did that all throughout school. I even did it in college a little bit. And but I just, you know, I love playing the drums.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
you know, we always at home having a brother for a guitar player and having him in the band, like having guitars sitting around. I picked it up, you know, like, but there's nothing like.
Yeah, you do play guitar too.
I do play a little bit. I wish I was as good as these guys, but. I just like hitting drums, man. There's something. It is a very, very good form of release.
Well,
I guess.
I will say that I respect drummers to the nth degree. Because
Thank you, man.
I can't,
Oh, yeah.
Everybody thinks we're dumb, and we are. It's true.
You're not, though.
No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I'll tell you a funny story.
Drum and I'm like, I don't know what to do. It's like sitting in front of a piano to me.
Exactly. There's a way to hit it. There's a method to all the banging you see. You know, there's a method to it. Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story. I was in 8th grade. He was in 8th grade. He was in 7th grade. 6th grade.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because we're two. I think
So
we're 2 years
6th
apart with
grade.
him.
Me and him are both in 8th grade. And I played the talent show at our school, you know, with another dude. We played fucking acoustic guitar and sang, whatever.
Right.
And these guys had a band established. He was guitar player. He was drummer. They had a bassist or whatever at the time. Or it might have been, I don't know, whatever. But long story short, at the end of their show, I came up to this guy and I was like, hey, man, you guys are fucking awesome, right? And I'm in 8th grade. This guy's in 6th. That's the first time he's ever heard fuck before in his life. He's like,
Mommy!
what, dude? Like,
I was literally like, I don't know. Do I go? Is this the first time I don't tell my mom that someone did something? Or is this the first time that or the last time I tell her that somebody said a bad word? He's like, you're fucking awesome. I'm like, whoa, you're not allowed to say that in middle school, dude. I was gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna get the principal on you, man. Like, thanks, but I'm gonna get the principal on you.
You're getting lunch detention.
No, it was good. I mean, I literally remember that to this day. I will never forget him walking up to me and saying that. But it's so funny that we all ended up in a band together and especially him, because he's quite a few years younger than me, and I'm the youngest guy other than these two, you know. And it's just crazy that like somebody like of his maturity and age like is as good as we are at what we or as good as what we want or need or better than that. You know what I mean? Like he outdoes us all. Like Tyler on the drums, he plays guitar as well. Yep. You guys heard him sings. We all try to do as much as we can to just get the music out and whatnot. We we love doing it. We really do. So
that's awesome. Right. So what would you guys say are your musical influences? I mean, I can already tell Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, that kind of stuff, right?
Lane Staley, Chris Cornell.
You can hear it in your
Eddie
voice, the whole 9 yards, yeah.
Those are my probably top 3.
Okay.
You know,
I love Guns N' Roses. Hopefully I get to see them. They're coming to the Bucks. Is it Bucks Stadium?
Raymond James.
Raymond James. They're coming to Raymond James. I really want to see them. That's one of my favorite bands, but I like a lot of shit. I like Pearl Jam, like he said. I like Alice in Chains. I like anything and everything. Anything rock, really.
Right.
I am a Deadhead.
Are you really? Nice.
Very big Deadhead. Yeah, lots of experimenting, if you get what I mean, and listening to the Grateful Dead.
Before you go any farther with this, where did that come from?
My father.
His dad.
Okay.
My dad is a huge Grateful Dead head, and it took a long time for me and my brother to get into it. We kind of, we were probably I was probably about 14, 15 when I really started getting into them, dude. Favorite band of all time. Me and my dad actually went out to Colorado, snuck some things out there, and we saw them 2 nights in a row in Boulder, Colorado. That was one of the greatest weekends of my life.
That's awesome, man.
The shows that he comes to, he's like,
he's dancing like the Dead, man. And
that's
where all my music comes from. Is my dad, man.
Front row the whole time. Definition of a fucking.
Bud Light, Bush Light, Natural Light in his hand. One of those.
Anything and everything.
That's awesome.
Other than the Dead, Pink Floyd. That's it right there.
That is freaking cool, man.
I love the Dead, man.
I would never have guessed that from any of y'all, really.
That's my thing, man.
This guy, we'll go on road trips, and this guy will be fucking.
Sorry, dudes, it's time for some Dead.
Like,
Here's a 20-minute Dark Star.
But
yeah, I'll be driving for like 13 hours. I'm like, hey, you think we could listen to something other than Grateful Dead?
Dude, it's been the same song for the past 2 hours.
It's the same song?
It's been the same song.
Well,
the
because
entire
that's
time.
how long it is.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah,
how about
I love
yourself?
it though.
oh man, well, you already said one of them, Pearl Jam.
Okay.
I'm a huge Pearl Jam fan. Eric actually showed me Pearl Jam when we kind of started the band, and I was like, well, there you go.
There you go, right?
But some of the other ones that the guys haven't said is, for years my dad would try to get me to listen to the Eagles, and I hated the Eagles for the longest time. And then I just did a 180, man, and I love the Eagles. I ended up, really, really enjoying their stuff. Tom Petty, we love all his stuff.
Right.
And then
Tom
another
Petty,
one,
Another Florida boy.
Tom
Dude,
Petty,
I could go
Florida,
on and on about
all the
him.
way. Yeah. But one of my other big ones, kind of a more modern one, is Shinedown. I like reading about, there's so much more to being in a band or liking a band than just their music.
For sure.
It's about the persona, the people, and anytime I read anything about those guys, they just seem like class acts. They really do.
They've never said anything that's even remotely A, controversial, or B, I don't know. They literally just don't ever say anything that could make anybody mad. Like they play their music, they do a good show, and then they're just fucking done. You know?
And I've seen them several times. I love Shinedown,
awesome,
and every time I see them, their show is just. It doesn't matter if they're playing a small festival or they're headlining a show themselves. It's the same show, same energy. They're just fucking.
They give 100% every time, and that's a hard thing to do as a band. It really is.
Yeah. They played here a couple years ago, I think, for Rockfest, for 98 Rockfest.
I think they're back this year.
They're back this year for it.
Are they really?
I think so.
Their sound system went out. So
he was there.
You were there. Right?
I was right up front with them. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he starts going like, we'll just do fucking acoustic.
They did acoustic, right? I wasn't there, but he told me about it. Yep.
That was so much better. I was like, dude, do that every time.
Craziest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was good you were there.
Most bands would have been like, hey, I'm out.
Yeah.
See ya, sound system fucked up. That's on you guys. Peace out, But the fact that they really, took initiative, and, they did what they could do and like cared about the audience more than they cared about the show. You know what I mean? Or cared about the money.
And the show was fucking amazing.
It was even better acoustic.
I think so. I agree.
Just the way they carry themselves and things like that, you know, like it's inspirational for us. You know, like we try to like, we don't want to be Shinedown. That's not what I'm saying, but we try to, try to imitate like what they do. Because,
we
like,
follow in the footsteps.
They did something correctly. People like them. You know, like they're good guys.
Right,
and we want to be that way too.
Right?
Speaking of that show that you're talking about, what's funny is me and him actually went to a concert a few years after that. Shinedown, we paid, we bought Shinedown tickets, and we bought acoustic tickets to see them acoustic, right? And we got there, and like, we're like watching the stage, the guy's setting some shit up, and they're putting everything together, though, and me and him are like, this can't be acoustic, but that's what we had paid for, and they ended up doing a full concert. It was at Mahaffey Theater, a small venue, pretty small.
And they sold the tickets.
They did
a whole.
They didn't do acoustic. They did the whole show, and they came out. They were like, "Hey, we surprised you guys," and we were like, "Damn, dude, that's badass."
That's a cool way of doing it. Yeah,
that is cool, man. That's awesome. And where you were saying you don't want to be Shinedown, but you know what? Imitation is the best form of flattery, right there.
Yeah, for sure.
So they will appreciate it, and hopefully they see it.
And their shit's really, really hard to cover. Like, there's a reason we don't cover any Shinedown stuff, because they've got a specific sound. Those guys are those guys, and they're very, very hard to pull off that kind of. People ask us that all the time. They're like, why don't you do these guys? Like, well, that's really, really hard. That's a stretch. Yeah, it's really tough.
Not only that, but going back to the whole imitation thing, like, there's so many fucking good rock bands out there, that we try to imitate in a certain sense, but not fully imitate that.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like, we have influences on all these different rock bands, Led Zeppelin, anything that you could ever, think of, like classic rock-wise, and up until now, like Shinedown, and it's like, I don't know, man. It's just
we're a mashup of our influences, just like every other band that's come before us. They were a mashup of their influences.
Exactly.
They didn't just create. They had to pull from somewhere. They created their own thing within their own band, but as individuals, they pulled from those those previous inspirations and stuff.
Okay, speaking of creating your own, I know you got a couple albums out there. See,
we got 2. We're working on our EP.
You guys are working on another one?
Yeah, another one.
My question.
It's only going to be about probably 5 or 6 songs.
It's 5 songs. It's going to be an EP. But that's about all we can tell you right now.
Okay.
But what I can say is, and you got to keep in mind, we are an independent band. We don't have a record label. So the good news is,
you do it yourself.
The good news is we can release anything whenever we want, or we can really, it's up to us basically. But anyways, so we have an EP we're working on. We're hoping to have, and we just filmed a video for one of the songs. We're going to film more videos for more of the songs, but we're working on the EP. We're supposed to have one of the songs out this month. That's all we can say, though. That is the only thing I can promise. And if it's not out this month, then whatever. It's next month then.
Maybe we can help you with that.
No, but being an independent band, we do have the choice, but we also have the responsibility of, like, when we start talking about a new song or a new something, it's on us to get that shit out, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So we're working on it. We don't want to. We want to get that stuff out soon. We don't want people waiting on it. We just want that stuff to hit off, and we're gonna start working on new shit as soon as that's out. So
you hear what's going on behind you, right?
It's true. So, if you guys could collab with anybody, dead or alive, doesn't matter, who would it be?
Oh, Blackstone Cherry. Sorry, I had to grab that one first. Blackstone Cherry, hands down. Those guys are fucking rad.
I would kill a man to hang out with Bob Weir for an hour.
I think, oh man, this is a tough one. I got to think of my favorite songwriter. One of them would be Miles Kennedy from Alter Bridge.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't think he's got the best voice, but I think he's got. He practiced opera music. For God's sake, like, if you can sing opera, you could probably sing just about anything. That's one thing I do appreciate about him. Slash, maybe. I mean, that's a given.
Right.
He's a living legend.
Sure.
Yes, he is.
I'm trying to think of anybody else that's like kind of off the wall for me. Guitar player from Joe Walsh. I mean, he's a total goofball. I mean, I would like to smoke some weed with Joe Walsh. That's about it. We don't even have to talk about guitar.
Just smoke weed, man.
I love it.
I'd probably say if I could resurrect Chris Cornell from the dead, I would. Just to like
Who was that?
Chris Cornell
Okay, yeah,
from
okay.
Soundgarden.
Dude, yeah.
Just to like talk to him about vocals, like
Yeah.
some of the vocal tracks that he put out is just unreal to me, like Slaves and Bulldozers, for instance, from Soundgarden. Like,
Right.
it's one of the best vocal tracks I've ever heard in my life. It's like he just went into the studio super pissed off about something, and you can feel that emotion in his voice. You know what I mean? And it's like a matter of finding how you can do that is what astonishes me.
Right.
I have to add one thing to mine.
Yep.
Mine would specifically be Blackstone Cherry, but the drummer from Blackstone Cherry, his name is John Fred Young, and I've actually met him one time. We met him in Tennessee. We saw them in Chattanooga at this real small club, and again, it was like kind of like
I
a
was
shine
really
down
drunk.
thing. Yeah, he was really drunk. I think we were all really drunk. But I mean, they just played balls to the wall like crazy, like in this tiny little club. And it was super cool because after we were leaving and we walked right by their tour bus and beers all around, yeah. And we walked right by their
we got
tour
beer
bus
people.
and he was like walking out and a bunch of people ran over to him and I was like, man, I got to go talk to this guy. And I was like, you know what? I can't do that. I know how it is like whenever I get done.
Yeah.
But he saw me walk. He saw me kind of like do like the double take thing where I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. And he like stopped and he's like, hey, man. He's like, come on over. So like we all went over and we hung with them there for like 10 or 15 minutes. And it was like, you weren't talking to anybody but your friend, like they were super humble. And I was like, man, if I ever get the chance to just play drums with that dude, just like sit and watch him play, because he's a monster.
I was going to say, on that note, like, we met those guys. We met 2 of the 4 band members, and you could never feel like you were just talking to 2 other homeboys. You know what I mean? Like those guys. They're very down home. They will sit there and just pretend to be like happy talking to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, and they're pretending because it's like, all right, person after person.
Right.
But they seriously do. They will. I mean, I've never seen a video or an interview or anything about those guys being rude to anybody, and that means a lot to us because, like,
great guys,
we got to bite our tongues all the time. But we're a lot smaller than they are, so like we can only imagine like what it's like,
Yeah.
But no, we appreciate them and we do watch them closely and see like how they act with their fans. We want to be like that. We don't want to. We want to follow in those footsteps of those kinds of people.
Stay grounded, right? Just
Yeah.
If you guys stay like this, when you guys make it, because I believe you guys are going to make it. I do. Just watching what you... I met you all last year. Not you, sorry, bro. I met them last year. But that's cool.
That's all that matters.
Right
Next
on,
time
man.
you
I
see
met
him-
you all last year, and we were talking, and I was like, you got to prove to me you can do it. And you did. I mean... You did. I was having a conversation with you. No, man, you fucking can't sing it. Brother, put me down. Put me in my place, man. It was good.
What's your guys' favorite place to play that you've played in recent history?
Quaker Steak, Daytona Bike Week, the Biketoberfest, Laconia Bike Week. We play up there in New Hampshire sometimes, or we did it for the first time last year, but man, honestly, all the biker events are the most fun,
That's cool,
I gotta
man.
admit. We play a lot of biker music, when we do the covers and stuff, and like, people love it, and it's just a lot of fun.
We ride around on our amps all week, I'm just No.
Hold on, really quick. Y'all like to do biker events. Do y'all ride at all besides the amp?
He does.
Eric does.
I like whenever he's got an extra bike for me to fuck around with. I do that. What's that?
Is it a Schwinn?
Schwinn, yeah. A Huffy.
Honda Grom. A Honda Grom.
He sold his damn Grom, and I was pissed at him.
I wish I could. I can't
I was like,
figure out.
that's the only thing I could ride.
I don't know why, man. I've never been like I just can't figure out the clutch thing. My friend had a dirt bike, and I'd fuck that thing up all the time. I'm like, if I can't ride a dirt bike, I can't ride a motorcycle.
Dude, you can play the fucking drums.
I don't know. There's just some things you can do and some things you can't.
Our grandfather's
I could probably do that.
Our grandfather's like, I don't know. I don't want to say too high or too low, but he's about 85 years old. Right. He rides every day. Still. He actually sells motorcycles at the
Smoky Mountain Harley.
Pigeon Forge.
Is it Smoky Mountain Harley or Pigeon Forge Harley?
One of the two.
One in Maryville, Tennessee.
Maryville, Tennessee. He works, but he's like 85 and he still rides every day.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
I used to ride dirt bikes all the time.
Okay.
But I have a hole in my leg that says why I don't do that anymore.
Is that right?
That's Bane.
Is there a dog?
It's Bane.
Baines.
Hey man, can you bring Bane in here when you get a chance?
I need the dog.
We need the dog.
That's Bane Fields.
Bane?
Bane.
He's wearing sunglasses.
Bane. Bane.
Does he like beer? I'm just kidding. What up, doggy?
I love the glasses.
Dude, he is so...
What's up, Bane?
No. Does he... He just wears those glasses?
Yeah,
that's badass, dude.
That is awesome.
Oh, man.
Oh, you're so great. Come on, boy. Come on.
He's like, I want him up here.
You want to come on the couch?
He's ready.
Come on, buddy. It's okay. You want to go on the couch? Come on. Come on.
He's looking for a spot.
He's looking for a
find
place.
No.
He's all right. He's chilling.
A little bit of a slobber as a tongue. It's good. Got some slobber as a tongue.
Oh, yeah. What up, Bean?
There you go.
Yeah, I love this dog. Oh, he's so cute, dude.
I love this. You all right back there?
Got to fix the glasses.
That's so cool.
I needed a dog or else this wasn't going to work out.
No, that's awesome that he just wears the glasses, man. I love that.
Shake him off or anything.
He doesn't care.
It's like, all right, bye.
I gotta tell my dog, stay for the picture. Sit there. Yeah.
Doesn't happen. Right?
He shakes him off.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you very
man.
much,
We
man.
appreciate that. Thank you, Bean.
So kind of staying on that same line then, what is your guys'
He's on Facebook? Good to know.
Yes.
what is your guys'
On Facebook.
what's your guys' dream venue?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, Wembley
That's
Stadium.
tough.
I don't know. You know, like.
Where?
Go ahead.
Wembley Stadium.
Oh wait, hang on.
yeah.
Let me say one thing. I got one dream venue. No, that's not a dream.
Madison Square Garden.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Quaker Steak and Lube. Quaker Steak and Lube.
That is a good dream venue.
Check.
Yeah.
Check. Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Madison Square Garden, that's a pretty good one right
That
there.
is a
That's
good
a
one.
pretty good one. That one's tough to top.
Or Wembley. Wembley's pretty good.
Wembley, yeah.
You know,
That's pretty good.
Wembley's
I'll take either or, whichever one you guys want to throw our way.
just
I don't know,
they're
dude.
nuts over there.
Rage Against the Machine played out in front of a government building in California.
Oh yeah.
That'd be kind of cool, you know. During the it was like during a Republican
Somebody
Democratic
U2 did the same
convention
thing,
or
too.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it was,
Yeah.
but they played out in front,
You
and
two
there was a
went on the
lot of shit about it.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like a big turmoil, you
That
know.
was like what I was just telling him. You too went unannounced on a roof of a building somewhere.
Yeah,
Freaking
huge fines.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
oh, yeah,
That would be great. You know what I mean? I love that.
You know what? You've gotten to the point where you have fuck you money.
Yeah, it's like fuck you.
Yeah, you
do
can
it.
just
We're
be like,
doing
"All right,
this."
Find
Do it.
me.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, just because, right?
we'll pay the fine.
Yeah,
Like
Exactly.
whatever it is, cool.
exactly.
You know? That's what I like. That's what I'm most envious of, honestly. And it's
Absolutely.
not even like a whole like fuck the system thing, like because Rage Against the Machine did that, you
Sure.
know, like
Yep.
which is cool, whatever. But like, it's more of just like, okay, I'm doing something that I can't really do,
Right.
but I'm doing it.
I'm gonna do it.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and that's literally like how I lived my whole life through middle school and high school. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I have teachers that probably hate me to this day. You know, but
I know that feeling.
it's great. You know, like it's something that like I don't know. I live for it, I guess.
Love it.
I don't know.
You see, I was always a rule follower in middle school and high school, Kat.
Apparently, right?
I know. I don't know what happened to me because the rules just don't matter now.
Bend them hell, you broke them.
We broke the rules, yeah. No, I gotta say though, it doesn't matter where we get up on stage. It could be Wembley Stadium, or it could be here, or it could be any small venue anywhere. I think I can speak for myself when I say that, like, just being up there, if even for 5 minutes that I feel like, hey man, I get to do what I love doing.
Yeah.
And for money, that's even better. For no money, I'd do it still. Like, we love doing it. We really love doing it.
Every time I see you guys are always like just...
Yeah.
Thank you.
Especially, you're just all over the place.
Dude.
I love watching you rock solos.
And I gotta say...
I was trying to get, the full video this morning, and it was just like, shit!
For all the people that ask me to put my hair down when I do have it up, I have to say that I promise that I hate having it up more than they hate me having it up. Like, I can't shake it around, but... It is a lot to deal with sometimes. It's like a whole horse mane, dude. But no, we love doing what we do, and that's the most important thing, and it really is. So.
And it shows. It
awesome.
Really does.
It really does. But we had his girl Kim was behind us. She was trying to get the hair flips.
Yeah.
Trying to get.
I had to make up for them. It's hard. It's hard to make up for these two. They got like perfect fucking jeans, No, but just to add to what he was saying, like, honestly, it doesn't matter what we're getting paid. You know what I mean? Like, in my mind, and in all of our minds, we get on stage and we play, and it's like we're playing, and that's it. And that, like, whether we're playing covers or playing our originals, it's like practice to us. It's like that's cool. We don't care how much we're making, like. We do, in a sense. Obviously, we got to make a living.
Got to pay bills.
But, like, when we're on stage, we're not thinking about, oh, they're only paying us $500, or they're only paying us $1,000, or whatever it may be.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're not thinking about that. We're thinking about the crowd and the people that are coming there to have a good time,
Right.
Because we all live lives where it's like, we're all fucking miserable in our day-to-day lives. Like, Monday through Friday, we fucking hate our lives, Everybody does.
Yep.
And so for people to come together on a Friday and Saturday night and not care about or think about any of that shit,
right.
It's like, okay, now we're like living life, we're
right.
like considering something that's real rather than just making a bill to pay or whatever.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, like, basically, if you boil it down to it, and we have really learned this, and people have told us this, but if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Like,
exactly.
We have a lot of hard shows. We got a lot of long shows. But like I said, even 5 minutes of, hey, man, I get to do what I love. If I can realize that for one song or two, then we're good. You know what I mean? Like, that's all we love doing. We play music, and, like, it's a job, but it's also just the only thing that any of us know how to do. You know what I mean? So it's like a hit-home thing where it's just like, I hate it, but I love it, but I hate it, but I love it kind of thing.
Right.
Seriously, we don't hate anything about it, though. I have to say that. There's nothing about it we actually hate. There's a lot of rough moments, obviously, but everything we do, we appreciate it, and we love it, and I literally would not change any of it for anything.
That's cool, man.
Even at the point that we're at right now.
Perfect. So staying on that same line then, what hurdles have you guys had to overcome to get to where you are today? And what hurdles do you see in the future?
People always look at us and they're like, I mean, even, even today, like you see people and you see the way they look at you when you walk up and it's like, yeah, I know exactly what you're thinking, asshole. And then literally 5 minutes later, they're jumping in front of the stage and you're like, don't judge a book by its cover.
But see, that's when you say, got you.
Exactly, yeah.
We got you.
That's probably one of the biggest ones.
Because we also do have a lot of people that will approach us and, they want to talk business. Some of them actually want to. And some of them just want to try to get anything they can, from us. And we don't experience that a lot. Like people, I would like to say that people are not as dumb as that. You know what I mean? Like we're not stupid. We're young, and but people come up to us. They want to work with us. They want to play a show. They want to do a gig. They want to get photos, whatever it is, interview, whatever it is. And as long as they treat us like we're some guys in a band, basically, we're good. As soon as like they start asking for this and that, it's a different story. We can only
t-shirts I can get them. Fuck.
Oh man, I will mail you one. No, I'll mail you guys some personally. No, seriously, you guys, both of y'all, whoever you want. We've got we got just enough stock left right now. Actually, we could send you guys some. Get that shit off our back. And no, I'm serious. We'll buy some new merch because you guys. But seriously, we'll send it all to y'all.
I was just fucking with you because of what you were saying.
Oh no! I don't mean it like that. Oh, I'll hand out anything all day long, stickers, shirts, shit like that. No, but as far as and I mean this for every band out there, anyone on our level, below us, or even a little bit above us. But like, don't let anybody just take you for what you're worth. You have to watch your back, work with people, do business with them. You can negotiate anything that you want to. Okay.
Yep.
You guys know that. Both of y'all know that. We all know that. Like, so yeah, there's nothing that's unnegotiable, basically.
Right.
And we know that as a band, and we appreciate that we can work with that.
Awesome.
So that means a lot to us.
So if you guys, what shirts do you wear? What size? Are you like a large, extra large?
Medium.
Large, medium.
Medium,
yeah. I'm a medium.
You're the big guy.
He's the bodyguard.
3 mediums and a large. Awesome.
You guys got shirts?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I will send you guys shirts. I swear to God. I don't have any with me. I'm sorry.
No worries.
We
Okay.
have some black ones with red writing on the back. That's it.
Yeah, we'll definitely hook you up.
Where does Stonegrey come from?
The name?
No,
Tyler.
the name. How
Oh,
did
the
you
name?
guys come up with the name?
Well,
Tyler.
we wanted something that we used to be called The
Supposed to be-
Culprit.
It was
a long
supposed
time
to be
ago.
Stonegrey Molly, right?
Yeah, but we took off the Molly because it just didn't work really. And
I'm not even going to go for more.
well, we didn't think about that at the time. We were like, hey,
That was before that.
So who was Molly? You guys want to know who Molly was?
Is it Molly Goodhead from
We were going for like a 3-word name, like
all right.
Stone Temple Pilots or Alice in Chains.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like 3-word name.
The initials, so you can have.
So we
that.
came up with Stonegrey Molly, and
SGM later on.
and right about that time, Molly was like a new drug that everybody was doing, right? So like, we were like, whatever, dude. I mean, that's cool. If you want to each their own, whatever, But at the time, that wasn't a very good reflection on us. So we were like, it's Stonegrey, and let's make it all one word. And let's fucking make it gray with an E just because we can. We're British. We're not British, but we
it just
are.
looked way better on paper. It looked way better typed out.
Yeah.
It looked way better typed out. So we were like, let's go with the
Let's
E.
go with the E.
Yeah.
You're right. It does.
It just in any logo we tried to do.
And I
with
gotta
looked
say,
so
it
much better.
definitely beat the name that we had before, which was The Culprit. And we later found out,
7 bands with that name.
Is that right?
In the world.
and one of them was like super famous, and they're like from Amsterdam or something. They all got dreads, and they're like,
Hey, we were a
Yeah,
little bit different.
yeah.
They were
me
dot,
either.
dot,
But
dot,
they
the
had the
culprit.
name before we did, so
yeah,
it's
but
like,
they're super famous. They're not super famous.
They were ellipses, the culprit. It was dot, 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 the culprit. That was them. So we were like, we're safe. What are you talking about?
The culprit.
And then we were like, nah.
yeah.
We could do that. Put the
We'll
ellipses
reverse
on the
that
back
shit.
end. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Just reverse that shit, man.
So what's next for you guys?
We got.
Well, you know what? Before we rewind that, before you answer that one, you guys last year, if I'm not mistaken, won Battle of the Bands at the Hard Rock. You
Right.
got to play Next Big Thing.
Yeah.
How was that?
Sick.
Next big thing
Awesome.
was great. We played the same time lot. The same. The same.
It's twice Taint came up today.
The same time slot as a band called 21 Pilots.
It was
Oh,
21
shit.
Pilots.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So like So 2012, they played the same time slot that we played,
right?
Or it might have been 2014. Yeah. But long story short, we played the same time slot that they did. So we were like, this is going to be really good for us, and it was. Like there was probably 500 to 1,000 people there, and it was like 11 in the fucking morning.
Wow.
And we're the first band to open.
Well, this is cool. We were like,
yeah,
right,
and people loved it. And we played a Tom Petty cover, and people
They thought it was our song.
literally, they're all. It's 97X. You know what I mean? It's new rock alternative. So like,
That's amazing.
yeah,
That's amazing.
They don't know.
they thought it was our shit.
But they're your age group. Yeah. That's what's
Our age group, exactly. And it was cool because, like, Tom Petty came from Gainesville, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a Florida band, whether it be us or not, These people didn't know. They're all our age. They don't know who Tom Petty is, and they don't give a fuck. They just know that a band is up there having fun and giving a good time,
I'm sorry, I got to make a point on that. Because, like he said, a band's up there having a good time. That's what shows the people is like, the music, the real music. Like, we played some real Tom Petty, you know what I mean? Like, our version of it. And people thought it was great. Like, actually, in that Tom Petty documentary, they say, don't bore us, get to the chorus, okay?
Right.
And that is very true, with kids. Well, I say kids, we're all kids, I guess. But, young, just even a generation younger than we are, it's like, they think a Tom Petty song is like a new thing. Like we played "Running Down a Dream," I think at that.
Really?
Yeah, and they're like,
That's awesome.
They were all jumping in sync too, like to the beat. So it was like, hey,
this is from the
whatever.
70s, or the
You
80s.
didn't
Whatever.
tell them that, right?
No. We were just like, hey, how you doing?
You can't say shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Have you heard alternative music lately?
Not
Like-
lately. Dude, I don't listen.
It's not alternative. It's not rock and roll.
No, it's not.
It's all.
Yeah.
It's pop.
Yeah.
It's
Well, and we forced ourselves, all of us. I think I can speak for all of us. We have kind of forced ourselves to listen to some of the newer stuff, and I love it, man. I
There
really
is
do
some good
love
stuff
the
out
new
there.
music, the good stuff. Okay, there's good stuff, and there's shitty shit. Yeah, that's just shit.
Call
Like,
it what it is.
but the good stuff, like they just like a band like us, they draw from influences like Tom Petty or Pearl Jam or Guns N' Roses, whatever it may be. There are new bands out there, even the stuff on the radio, that they draw from the influences that, guys like you would like, guys like us would like. There's plenty of good music out there. We have to stop blowing up the crap,
Right.
Old Town Road, give me a fucking break. Like, hey, and the dude deserves
real.
all the money. He deserves all the money from that fucking song.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Right.
But come on, even he knows it's you know what I mean? He knows it's a joke.
Yep.
But we do love that. We love playing good music. We like having the influences from the past and stuff like that. Anything and everything. We like new music too. Like, it doesn't matter. Music is music to us, and if we can play it, we can play it. If we can't, then we suck, kind of.
All right, I'm going to go, since you say music is music. Now, you have fans, you have people out there that request songs. Do you ever have to play something that you're like, fuck, I don't even like this song?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
But it's still fun to play.
Okay, well then what? I gotta ask. What's each of yours like?
War
Fuck, we gotta
Pigs.
play this
War
again.
Pigs.
War Pigs,
War Pigs is a big
Tristan.
one. That's
Let me
Tristan.
just say, and
See, I like
what I was gonna say, just what I was gonna say is like, literally, I do not like that song. I don't enjoy playing it. That's what I tell everybody. But if you get me to play it, if we do play it as a band, I promise you that I'll have fun playing it. Basically,
Okay,
I
there you
can't
go.
not.
Yeah.
And here's the
How would I not? No. I just stay mad the whole 9
So
minutes.
the next show I see you guys, I'm gonna be yelling.
That's fine. I'll know it's you. That's fine. I'll play, and I will play it gladly. I really will. Seriously, somebody will yell that shit, and I'll be like, I will visibly show it on stage. I'll be like, fuck. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. And I have fun with it. I really do. And I'm being genuine. I wouldn't just
Yeah,
say that.
yeah.
I do have fun. the songs I don't like, we still have fun playing.
Sure.
You know, and I think
he was about to say something. He was like, I don't.
Dude, these guys will sit here and they'll talk about Tom Petty all day. If I have to play Last Dance with Mary Jane one more fucking time, I'm gonna fucking kill myself, dude. I can't take it anymore. It's been 5 goddamn years, dude. I can't
for 10.
I can't take it anymore, dude. I can't take. I like Tom Petty. I like playing that Running Down a Dream. But fucking Last Dance with Mary Jane, we played Breakdown. Breakdown is 3 goddamn chords, bro. 3 goddamn chords. I'm so fucking bored.
Don't bore us, get to the chorus.
Don't bore us, get to the chorus. That's what he said. I'm serious, and that's the truth.
That's brilliant.
What you got, man?
That is kind of a tough one. Well, honestly, mine, I hate to say this after we were just like, oh, Tom Petty's our favorite artist, but Breakdown is probably my least favorite song of the whole set.
You know,
that drum part is killer. I mean, it's super killer, and I love hearing the original. But until you play it, like, yeah, and then we do this whole long thing in the middle, and until you play
10 minutes.
Boo, ka, boo, tika, boo, ka, boo, tika, 500 times, you don't really understand.
And I'm totally guilty of, like, extending that song.
Oh, we'll go
like,
a good 7
5 minutes longer than it should be, until it's to the point where I, like, turn around and look at Tyler, and he's like,
and
I've done the
can
we go back into a chorus and end this shit?
Boom. I've, like, let him into that next part, like, 5 times, and it still hasn't happened. And I'm like, if I got to play this one more time, it's going to the kick. It's going doom, 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 because I'm like, I'm just going to grab
We're hitting the chorus whether I like it or not.
Basically. Funny, man.
But they are great. There are great songs, and there are songs that a lot of times too, like, it happens. It's happened with a lot of songs. We pull it out of the set, we won't play it for like weeks, months, however long, you know. And then we just did it with Even Flow by Pearl Jam. Actually, we haven't played that song in probably 3 years,
right?
And we pulled it out 2 gigs ago, and we were like, this is so much fun. But we used to hate playing that one. Like every gig, it was like, man, we got to play that one again. So we canned it, and then we came back to
Dalton
it.
As
It just adds
player.
to the catalog, like it adds to the catalog of what we can do,
Awesome. Well, guys, this has been a blast.
No, thank you guys for having us.
What I want you guys to do, though, is look into the camera, tell everybody where they can find you, social media, where they can find you next, where you guys are playing, that kind of stuff.
StonegrayOfficial.com. Go to
all at once.
StonegrayOfficial.com.
Everybody say everything differently all at once. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm kidding.
Instagram.
Facebook official, Stonegrey, what is it?
It's
Stonegrey, all one word.
G-R-E-Y.
Facebook/Stonegrey, all one word. Gray with an E. Spotify, iTunes. Farmers only.
Look it up on Google.
All one word, Gray with an E. Don't forget that shit. That's
Look
important.
it up on Google. Google has a side
Google it.
cache for us now.
Google can do everything.
You guys are
all one
very
word, G-R-E-Y.
so it works. I stole that from Jasmine Kane last week.
There you go.
She said I'm super Google.
Dude,
so.
hey, shout out to Jasmine Kane real quick.
Yeah,
Do it the right way, though.
We love Jasmine
Jasmine fucking Kane.
Jasmine fucking Kane.
Awesome, guys. It's been a pleasure, man.
No,
I will tell you
guys.
one thing, though, for sure. One of our sponsors, Misfit Metalworks, they want to talk to you guys before you guys leave for tonight.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Thank
Other
you
than
guys.
that, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We
Thank
love
you.
So great. Thank you.